Hello, everyone. This is Professor Muldrow. The purpose of this video is to show you the proper way to submit a homework assignment in our CS21 class, Programming with Java. Each week, you'll be asked to turn in 4 Java programs, one at a time. Each one will have an assignment for it in Canvas, like the one you see here. What you are to do is follow the instructions as you see them. The first thing you're asked to do is open the BlueJ tool. That is the tool you'll need to do programs and create a project. So here I have the BlueJ tool open, as you can see. Now it says create a project with this exact name. Now when I say this exact name, that means if a letter is capitalized, it needs to be capitalized. If it's lowercase, keep it lowercase. And notice there are no blank spaces in this name. They must always all be one word. The way you create a project in BlueJ is on the BlueJ tool, you select Project from the menu, and then you select New Project. And here you give the project a name. I will do the name that I am given. Now, another thing you need to do is choose a directory path where this will go. You want this to be someplace that is easy to find. I'm going to put this on the desktop of my computer because that makes it easy to find because I will need to upload a file from this project later. Yep. Try this again and be sure I did this right. There's my username. And put it on the desktop. Okay, now it's in the right place. And when you create your project, this is what happens. Now it says within the project, create a class with this exact name. There's the name. I will give it that name. And notice I'm spelling it exactly the same as it says here. Capital S to start, all lowercase after that. Make it an exact match. Say okay. And you get this thing, which I call the box. All right, so double click on the box. This is what you get for your code to start with. Now, the next thing you're asked to do is click on this to download this file. Now, I don't have this link set up at the time of this recording, but it will be for the course. This will be a link that you will click to download a file called cs21commentheader.doc. It's a Word document. Let me show you where that file is. I have it here on my desktop. Here it is. All right. So this is what the file looks like. This is a comment header. So what I want you to do is select this entire thing in this document, and I'm going to right click and say copy. Then I'm going to come back here, and here on the top where all these lines in blue are, I'm going to select all of that, and I am going to paste. And this is the comment header that should be at the top of every single homework assignment and project that you do in this course. The way you will fill it out is on this line where it says author, put your first and last name. I'll put mine, but you put yours. The assignment is, I'll say Spiky, that's the name of the class. And then you'll put the due date. I'll just throw in a date. It's 2, I believe, 15/20/25. There. So this is the comment header that should be on top of all of your homework assignments. Okay, that's that one. Now, the next thing you're asked to do is download a file called cs21main.txt. This is a simple text file, and I also have this on my desktop. Here it is right here. Not much in it, but what we're going to do is we're going to select everything here and copy. And then here in the project file, I'm going to select everything that's inside the green. If it's in green, don't select it. But if it's in yellow, select it. Here's what I've got selected. I'm going to right click. I'm going to paste. And then I'm going to tab this curly bracket over. And this is where your main function will go inside your class. So your main function, which ends up being in yellow, should have a starting and ending curly bracket. And your class, which contains main, should be in the green and should also have its own starting and curly brackets. So before you start typing code, this is what your file for the code should look like. Okay. Now, you are asked to download this file, CS21 Chapter 1 exercises. This is a PDF. I have that right here. This is a file that contains all of the programming exercises, or at least the ones you're going to be asked to do. So as you can see right here, here are the instructions for doing this, particular exercise. It says, write a complete Java program called Spiky that prints the following output. So within main, you will write code to do this. And if you'll excuse me, I will pause the recording for a moment and come back and show you how to execute the code. Okay, we're back, and I've added the code for the Spiky class to draw that figure. Now, the way you execute the code is, once you have it in there, well, first, you must click on the compile button to be sure the code compiles without errors. And as you can see down here, it did. When you get this at the bottom, class compiled, no syntax errors, that means you did it right. And that means you can execute the code. To execute the code or run it, you bring back the box right here, and you right-click on the box, and you select Void Main. And then when this box shows up, you click OK. And there is your output. There's Spiky, exactly how it's supposed to look. So that means the code is working, and it's time to hand in your program. Now, what you're going to do when you hand in your program is you're going to submit the .java file in your code. Now then, let me bring this up just a moment. Okay, so when you create your project, here it is on my desktop. Week 1 homework is the name of the project, and you have several files in there, all 3 of which have the name Spiky. But the only one you need to give me is this one, spiky.java, the Java file. You don't need to give me any other files, just the .java file. And you will upload that file in Canvas. Which is right here. You will see a button that will allow you to upload that Java file into Canvas. The Java file is in your project folder. It is contained within in this case, I made a project called Week 1HW. So the .java file or files you will need will be in the folder named Week 1HW. This is why it's important to create your project in a directory that's easy for you to find, whether it be on your computer's desktop or on an external drive, something you can find easily, because you will need to upload .java files for homeworks and for projects. That is the process by which you will hand in homeworks and projects in this course. If you have any questions, please send me an email at kmuldrow@lbcc.edu.